Hi folks, this is Brian with another Windy City Cigars video. In today's adventure we're going to discuss how to store your tobacco properly. Now, storing tobacco properly is rather important for anyone who wants to roll their own cigarettes and keep a substantial stock of tobacco in the area, because tobacco can very easily go bad. Proper storage can mean the difference between saving a lot of money versus spending a lot of money, because you have to keep buying tobacco all over again. Tobacco is very sensitive to its surroundings. If the environment is too dry, the tobacco will dry out if it's not stored properly. If the environment is too moist, the tobacco will absorb too much moisture out of the atmosphere and it will become too heavy. Now, the moisture content of your tobacco will also determine how good a smoking experience you have. The easy way to fix that is to make sure it's a proper moisture content. If you take it out of the container and it's too moist, it's almost very squishy, it won't roll properly. The best way to solve that is to take the tobacco and spread it out on either some sheets of newspaper or some cookie sheets if you got those, and let it air dry. I'm told you should not, no matter the temptation, you should not use an oven or a microwave to try to dry it out, because that dries it out much too fast, and then you're at the other end of the problem where the tobacco is too dry. If tobacco is too dry and you're trying to smoke a pipe, first of all, it won't stay lit. You'll have to keep lighting it over and over and over again. Also, a lot of people order tobaccos that have certain flavors to them. If a tobacco gets too dry, first of all, you will not get any of that taste, or it will be extremely diminished if the tobacco is too dry. And also, too dry tobacco will not have the aroma that you're looking for. The first way to tell if your tobacco is dry is quite simply to squeeze it, like the Charmin, for those of you who remember that. If it sounds crunchy, if it sounds like you're massaging a bag of corn chips, it's too dry. Excuse me. Again, if your pipe keeps going out, getting rid of the idea that you might have packed it wrong, dry tobacco will not stay lit in a pipe. Now, I'm told that tobacco is like wine to a certain extent. The older it gets, the better it gets, so proper storage is important. But if you've got a bag of really good tobacco and you want to keep it properly, here are a couple of best ways to do that. Number one is to store it in a mason jar. Unfortunately, I didn't have one here. But mason jars are known to be airtight, especially if you screw that top down real well. They stack very well. They're inexpensive. They can be found anywhere from Walmart to Hobby Lobby to Woodman's to whatever your favorite big box store is. And it's also very easy to label and date them, so you know exactly when you put that tobacco away. Now, over time, especially with the mason jar, over time I'm told the tobacco can ferment a little bit and produce a little bit of gas. So you have to go in every so often or periodically and just tighten that lid down to make sure they stay airtight. Another method for keeping tobacco fresh is keep it in the tin it came in. Both of these tins have little airtight tops on them. A lot of people, what we'll do, especially with these smaller tins, they'll find a handy Ziploc bag for double protection. I'll seal it in that. Tin like this, you could use one of those quart freezer bags or something of that nature, so that would work pretty well also. The third method is to just keep it in the Ziploc bag that it came in. However, after you've used half the tobacco, sometimes this can get a little bulky, a little hard to store, or the bag could get damaged. Or some people will take a bag like this and break it down into several other small Ziploc baggies, so they don't have to keep opening it and closing it, opening it. They just have these little bags that they can access when they want to. So there you have it. 3 different ways to store your tobacco properly and make sure that you've got a nice, fresh batch of tobacco next time you want to roll your own cigarettes. Now, if you like this video, please be sure to hit that little like button at the bottom, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page. Thanks very much.